Namaskar and a very good morning to one and all present here. I, Irshita Kesharwani, Additional Civil Judge, come JMFC Rourkela, extend my heartfelt greetings to all our honorable guests. We are indeed fortunate to have amongst us my Lord, Honorable Shri Justice S. Talapatra, Judge, High Court of Orissa, the Executive Chairman, Odisha State Legal Services Authority, and the Chairman, Mediation Monitoring Committee. My Lord, Honorable Shri Justice K.R. Mohapatra, Judge, High Court of Orissa, and the Administrative Judge Sundargarh, and Member, Mediation Monitoring Committee. Honorable Madam Justice, Ms. Savitri Ratho, Judge, High Court of Orissa, and Member, Mediation Monitoring Committee, and all the Honorable Judges of the High Court who have joined us virtually. Esteemed members of the Registry of the Honorable High Court of Orissa, respected Member Secretary, Odisha State Legal Services Authority, Mr. Sudipta Acharya, and his team, respected District and Sessions Judge Sundargarh, Mr. S. Patnaik, all the respected judicial officers, government officials, learned president, and other learned members of the Rourkela Bar Association, learned trainers, Ms. R. Ratnathara and Dr. S. Padma, the participants, and all the respected dignitaries present here in person and virtually. They say, a good mediator hears what a party has to say, but even more importantly, listens for what is not said. It is our utmost exhilaration and honor to have amongst us your lordships and your ladyship in this inaugural session of 40 hours mediation workshop for advocates of Western Odisha, adding even more glory to this function. May I now have the privilege to request Honorable Shri Justice S. Talapatra, Judge, High Court of Orissa, to kindly adorn the dais with his presence, and for this, I request respected family judge, Mr. Vidyut Kumar Mishra, to kindly conduct his lordship to the dais. May I now have the privilege to request Honorable Shri Justice K.R. Mohapatra, Judge, High Court of Orissa, to kindly adorn the dais, and I request respected First ADJ Rourkela Dr. V. Sujata to kindly conduct his lordship to the dais. May I now have the privilege to request Honorable Madam Justice Ms. Savitri Ratho, Judge, High Court of Orissa, to kindly adorn the dais, and I request respected Second ADJ Rourkela Mr. Manoj Kumar to conduct her ladyship to the dais. May I now have the privilege to request respected District and Sessions Judge Sundargarh, Mr. S. Patnaik, to kindly adorn the dais, and I request learned SDJM Mrs. Aurolipi Parija to conduct sir to the dais. May I now have the privilege to request the learned President of the Rourkela Bar Association, Mr. Suresh Chandra Maji, to kindly adorn the dais, and I request learned Civil Judge on Probation, Ms. Karunika Ghosh, to conduct sir to the dais. May I now seek the permission of the Honorable Chair to declare the function open? Thank you, my Lord. Now the function is declared open. Moving on. Now I request respected Secretary DLSS Sundargarh, Mrs. S. Pradhan, to present the bouquet to Honorable Shri Justice S. Talapatra, Judge, High Court of Orissa. Now I request respected Registrar Civil Court Sundargarh, Mr. Dilip Kumar Satpati, to present the bouquet to Honorable Shri Justice K.R. Mohapatra, Judge, High Court of Orissa. I now request learned JMFC Rural, Mr. Saurabh Sharma, to present the bouquet to Honorable Madam Justice Ms. Savitri Ratho, Judge, High Court of Orissa. Now I request learned Additional Civil Judge cum JMFC, Mr. Umakant Behera, to present the bouquet to respected District and Sessions Judge, Mr. S. Patnaik. Now I request learned Additional Civil Judge cum JMFC, Mr. Umakant Behera, to present the bouquet to learned President of the Rourkela Bar Association, Mr. Suresh Maji. May I now request respected District and Sessions Judge Sundargarh, Mr. S. Patnaik, to kindly deliver the welcome address. Sir, please.
Namaskar and a very good morning to all. My Lord Honorable Shri Justice S. Talapatra, Honorable Shri Justice K.R. Mohapatra, Honorable Miss Justice S. Ratho, Honorable Shri Justice Member Secretary Odisha State Legal Service Authority Mr. S. Acharya, Coordinator Arbitration Center Mr. Mohapatra, Judicial Officer present here, President Bar Association Rourkela and Advocates of Rourkela Bar Association, distinguished resource persons and trainers of this 40-hour mediation workshop, other dignitaries and members of press and electronics media. I, Shri Subhadarshi Patnaik, District and Session Judge Sundargarh, feel extremely privileged to have this opportunity to extend a warm welcome today on this occasion of 40 hours mediation workshop for advocates of Western Odisha. On this significant event, it is our privilege to have with us our Chief Guest, Honorable Shri Justice S. Talapatra. I also welcome Honorable Shri Justice K.R. Mohapatra, Honorable Miss Justice S. Ratho, and also I welcome Mr. Mohapatra, Coordinator, Arbitration Center, High Court of Orissa. I also welcome all the judicial officers and dignitaries present here and extend a warm welcome to our resource person, Ms. R. Ratnathara and Dr. S. Padma, Senior Advocates, Trainer of MCPC from Tamil Nadu Mediation and Conciliation Project Committee. I welcome all the trainee advocates of Western Odisha who will be a part of this intensive 40 hours training program, and I also welcome the press and electronic media. I welcome to all those who are watching these events in virtual mode. I am overwhelmed that our Sundargarh Judgeship is going to become a part of this initiative of organizing this 40-hour mediation workshop dedicated for advocates of Western Odisha. Mediation is one of the components of alternative dispute resolution mechanism and an effective tool to settle a dispute which would otherwise help in the reducing the burden of pendency of court. Honorable Apex Court in Messrs. Afcon Infra Limited and another versus Messrs. Cherry and Varke Construction has also highlighted the value of mediation in dispensation of justice. Mediator is the driving force of the mediation who saves the path and guides the parties towards a settlement. A mediator facilitates voluntary resolution of disputes by the parties and become a bridge between them in communication. With a hope that this 40-hour mediation workshop would be proved to be immensely beneficial for the trainees, I conclude my welcome address. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, sir, for your warm words of welcome. May I now request the learned President of the Rourkela Bar Association, Mr. Suresh Chandra Maji, to kindly deliver his address. Sir, please.
सुप्रभात वंदे उत्कल जननी ओडिशा उच्च न्यायालय मान्यवर न्यायाधीश सम्मानीय श्री R.K. महापात्र जस्टिस प्रोटोकॉल, मान्यवर न्यायाधीश सम्मान्य श्री सुभाष चंद्र तालपत्र महोदय, मान्यवर न्यायाधीश सविता रथ महोदय, मान्यवर न्यायाधीश श्री मुरुगांक शेखर साहू महोदय, मान्यवर मेंबर सेक्रेटरी लीगल एड अथॉरिटी महोदय, मान्यवर सुंदरगढ़ जिला जज महोदय एवं समस्त मान्यवर विचारपति गण तथा राउरकेला वकील संघर उपस्थित समस्त वरिष्ठ आईनजीवी और कर्मकर्ता महोदय, राउरकेला वकील संघ सभापति मु सुरेश चंद्र माझी उत्कल दिवस अवसर में समस्त को अभिनंदन जनाया स्वागत जनाऊँगी। राउरकेला वकील संघ विशेष भाव मान्यवर मुख्य विचारपति ओडिशा उच्च न्यायालय एवं मान्यवर न्यायाधीश श्री R.K. महापात्र जस्टिस प्रोटोकॉल द्वारा दूरदृष्टि जोगु एठार आरंभ करा आवासी उच्च न्यायालय ई फाइलिंग मॉडलिंग कोर्ट ई पाठागार सहित अनेक उन्नतिमूलक कार्यक्रम पर धन्यवाद जनाऊँगी। यह संघ मान्यवर न्यायाधीश प्रोटोकॉल न्यायाधीश तथा अन्य मान्यवर न्यायाधीश मानक नियमित राउरकेला गस्त सह राउरकेला को प्राधान्य देथिबारु राउरकेला वकील संघ कृतज्ञता ज्ञापन करुछि। राज्यर प्रथम करी उच्च न्यायालय 10 स्थान में आरंभ होइतिबा आभासी शुणाणी व्यवस्था मध्य राउरकेला को अग्राधिकार दिया जाइथिबारु राउरकेला वकील संघ तथा राउरकेला वासिक पई मु धन्यवाद जनाऊँगी। आपण मानकर ए नियमित गस्त निश्चित भावे साधारण जनता को न्याय देवारे उचित न्याय प्रदान रे सहायक हब बोली आशा करुचु। आगामी पीढ़ी अधिवक्ता मानक पई अत्याधुनिक व्यवस्था सह समयोपयोगी सुविधा मान व्यवस्थित हो पारे सहरवासी तथा युवपीढ़ी उपकृत हो पारे। से आम राउरकेला वकील संघ उच्च न्यायालय तथा आपणकर सहयोग आशा रहिबो। आज भली पवित्र उत्कल दिवस अवसर आपण मान उपस्थिति राउरकेला वकील संघर समस्त अधिवक्ता तथा जनसाधारण को निश्चित भाव उत्साहित करिवो, एथिरे दुमत नाही। मु राउरकेला वकील संघ तरफ आपण मानकु आउ थरे धन्यवाद देवा सहित हृदय कृतज्ञता ज्ञापन करुछि। धन्यवाद।
Thank you so much, sir, for such a short, crisp and profound address. May I now humbly request Honorable Madam Justice Savitri Ratho, Judge, High Court of Orissa, to kindly address this august gathering. Madam, please.
नमस्कार, a very good morning to you. मो हाइट कम अच्छे आपण मते देखि परिबनी बोली गोटे हाइट को पळे आछि। My esteemed colleagues, camera na एट छिड़ा हियो ठीक अछि। My esteemed colleagues, Justice Talapatra, Justice K.R. Mohapatra, and Justice Sahoo is going to join us soon, and the District Judge Mr. Patnaik, the family judge Mr. Mishra, the Mr. Acharya, member secretary Orissa State Legal Services Authority, Mr. Majhi, the president of the Bar Association, all judicial officers who are present, advocates, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, it's all right. Yeah, I think it's fine. I can sit and do it. Oh, then people will see me. No, it's all right. Fine, I'll stand. आपण माने जानी नथिबे मो पे एटा डबल खुशी रा दिन कहीं ना एज अ मेंबर ऑफ द कमिटी आई हैव कम हियर। ता छड़ा अबाउट 35 वर्ष आगुरु मु एठी राउरकेला रे थिली, 3 वर्ष राउरकेला रे पढिची। सो कमिंग टू राउरकेला इज अ वेरी सेंटिमेंटल ओकेजन फॉर मी, and I also know some of the advocates who used to brief me earlier, though I have lost contact with them after joining the bar. And since my esteemed colleagues are there, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention the senior advocates, the trainers who are present, so I may be pardoned for that, Madam Ratnadhara and Dr. Padma. Welcome to you to Raurkela. I hope you have a good time here. Yes, as I was saying about mediation, I need not say anything much because my esteemed colleagues who are here and will deal with that matter, and of course all of you will be learning about this in this 40 hours workshop. But as you know, mediation is becoming a very popular popular method of dispute resolution now, because in mediation there's no winner and there is no loser. Everybody is a winner because everybody goes home happy, satisfied with the dispute. because there is no compulsion to agree to any settlement, nor are you forced to agree to anything. You discuss everything yourselves. The mediator advises you, takes your opinion, and advises you in what will be good for you, and even if you do not agree, nobody is going to force you to agree to anything. So it is becoming very popular. Even while we are sitting in court, we most of the time, especially in these family matters, these divorces and matrimonial disputes, most of the time we settle the disputes through mediation. We either refer it to the mediators, or sometimes we assume the role of mediators and try to settle the dispute, though we are not successful most of the time, which is disappointing. So I would like end my address here now and request Justice Mohapatra to tell you all about mediation. Namaskar, good day to you.
Thank you so much, my ladyship, for such an illuminating address. May I now request Honorable Shri Justice K.R. Mohapatra, Judge, High Court of Orissa, to kindly address this august house. My lord, please.
Very good morning to all of you. Namaskar. उत्कल दिवस पई आपण समस्त को मु शुभेच्छा एवं शुभकामना जनाऊँगी. Today I have standing here with mixed experience and mixed feeling. My Lord Honorable Justice Talapatra, my esteemed sister Honorable Mr. Justice S. Ratho, esteemed District Judge Mr. Patnaik, Mr. Mishra, esteemed Judge Family Court, Mr. Acharya, Member Secretary Salsa, Mr. Patra, Coordinator High Court Mediation Center, Madam Ratnadhara, Dr. Padma, the resource persons and senior advocates, Mr. Majhi, President of the Raurkela Bar Association, office bearers and members of the Raurkela Bar Association, advocates of the Bar Association and more particularly the trainee advocates, ladies and gentlemen, print and electronic media. I was coming here regularly to appear before courts as an advocate, and at that point of time, advocates of the bar association, more particularly the senior advocates and my colleagues, have helped a lot, and with their cooperation, I could be able to appear before the court and perform my and address the court. Every day is a process of learning. This 40 hours mediation training also is a part of that. But I must say, in the ADR mechanism, alternative dispute redressal mechanism, the mediation plays a pivotal role, because as our district judge said, esteemed district judge said that it will reduce burden on the court. Yes, of course, it reduces burden on the court, because if we can explore the pre-litigation mediation as in commercial cases, it will certainly address the the problems of the parties, and there is every possibility that their disputes may be resolved there. So this 40 hours mediation training is a foundation for the advocates, trainee advocates, to undergo the training and know all the fundamentals of the mediation, so that they can come up when they take up a matter, they can help the parties, help the litigants, that in a effective way to resolve their disputes. Yes, of course, as Madam Ratho said, Justice Ratho said, that we at times take up the mediation ourselves because of lack of experience, because of lack of knowledge, because of lack of efficacy, and how to mediate a matter. We often fail. For that reason, a mediation training plays a pivotal role, and it is very important. And I hope that with experience and expertise of our resource persons, the trainee advocates will be benefited a lot. No doubt, it is a formal training of 40 hours, but the training goes on in every case, in every matter, every hour, whenever, every day we are learning. So don't keep your mind closed when you are doing a mediation. As our compeer said, yes, we hear the parties during mediation, but listening what they have not said is much more important. What is their mindset? What they are thinking? What is their problem? A mediator has to go deep into the matter to know the minds of the litigants, so that he can help the litigants or the persons to mediate the matter in a better way. I welcome you all for the arrangement, and I congratulate the arrangers also for a nice arrangement here. I had come to this place as a spectator. Now I am on the dais. It is a different feeling altogether. What I have said earlier, that it's a mixed feeling for me. Talking from this side, it is very difficult, and I am not. It is very difficult, but I have tried to express my feelings with regard to mediation to you, and I hope that this mediation training will be very much helpful to you for the access of justice, for the litigants to have their access of justice. Thank you all. Bande Utkal Janani.
Now it is my honor to request Honorable Shri Justice S. Talapatra, Judge, High Court of Orissa, the Honorable Executive Chairman, Odisha State Legal Services Authority, and Chairman, Mediation Monitoring Committee, to kindly deliver the inaugural address. My Lord, please.
The tall person is talking from basic service. Also dangerous too, because bullet is calculum fast. It's a very good. Is working? It's okay. It is not working. Okay. Very good morning to all. And I must say the Western Orissa's, these lawyers will participate in this 40 hours mediation program, and I find our district judiciary has arranged it so well. At the outset, I must congratulate Mr. Shri Patnaik, District and Session Judge, and his team for organizing this in this hour, and it is so important. My esteemed colleagues, Mr. K. Mohapatra, Ms. Savitri Sahoo, Savitri Ratho, and Mr. M.S. Sahoo, Mr. Patnaik, District and Session Judge, Mr. Majhi, the President of the Bar Association, Mr. Mishra, Judge Family Court, Mr. Sudipto Acharya, the Member Secretary, State Legal Services Authority, Shommok Patra, High Court Mediation Center, all my brothers and sisters, judicial officers, and the esteemed members of the bar of this region of the Odisha. I also congratulate the two personalities who are present amongst us, Ms. Ratnatharan and Dr. Padda, who have travelled from Chennai as a trainer, leaving their important assignment as the senior advocate of the Madras High Court. My acquaintance with Ms. Ratnathara is quite old, because I had opportunity to interact with him. So I know what is going to happen. But you take the advantage of this training program. Apparently, what we think about the mediation is not that. Mediation is a craft, mediation is an understanding, mediation is a science. Because you know that all the persons in the society, mediation is in our heritage, cannot mitigate problems between the people. In a village, you will find someone is very adapted in mitigating problems among the, any problem amongst the villagers, some cannot. We have nominated you because we believe that you can mitigate the problems between the parties who has come to the court on a dispute. It may be the dispute relating to the partition of the family property, maybe the matrimonial discord, maybe the varied kind of a dispute people are coming to the court. These parties will be left to you after you complete the 40 hours of the mediation training, and it is you who try at your utmost level best to just mitigate their problems in a method which is neutral, which is free, and you provide the parties the opportunities to speak, you give the parties to stick to their autonomy, but you lead the parties to a settlement. That is very important, and the process that I am indicated to needs various techniques to be adopted. They're not simple, because every human being has their own mental makeup. Someone is very stubborn, someone is naturally very liberal, want to solve the problems. Someone wants to, in the name of settlement of the one problem, wants to bring another problem in the mediation process so that that matter is also settled with this problem. There are the various facets and aspects of a dispute, and you have given enough opportunity as a mediator through the development of law as in respect of section 89 of the Code of Civil Procedure, that you can expand the scope of the resolution process, what court cannot do, because a particular dispute can't get decided on the basis of how the dispute has been presented and how the dispute has been responded by the other party, but your opportunities is more expanded. You can go beyond anything. You can settle the umbrella, bring all the dispute under umbrella and can settle it. You are finally draw an agreement. You can bring all the dispute in the same agreement, and that can be placed before the court for acceptance. So it's a very important role. Mediation was there, this resolution system since long. Those who know this, particularly in this merchant community, they had their own persons to mediate things. Now we are talking about the modern techniques in the mediation, and that will be ultimately the subject matter of the training today. It will start today. It will run to the next 40 hours, just to introduce to you various techniques and methods of the mediation, and particularly the role of the mediation. And you are in a best of the hands available in the country, and you got to very eminent trainers, and I believe that you will be immensely benefited, because mediation is there. It will come in a big way, because central government has already drafted a mediation legislation, and hopefully with amendments, suggestions, this will be finalized very soon. So not only the court-led mediation, the areas of field of mediation will be expanding. Only those are trained mediators, there will be the opportunity of getting the accreditation under the new law. So it will be an independent office in the future, the office of the mediator. You will be referred from the various sources to resolve the dispute. So as a lawyer, you grab this opportunity, because it is not only a service to the community, because the community should be living in a peaceful way. If we can settle the dispute through the mediation, as Ms. Savitri Ratho has stated, it is a win-win situation. Nobody is defeated, nobody is triumphant, so everybody goes happily, and everybody has learned through the process that to achieve the peace, to achieve a result which doesn't hurt anyone, I am to sacrifice something. That you are to tell the purpose of mediation. Sacrifice not only of the right, nobody is sacrificing their right, they are not sacrificing their dignity, they are sacrificing their ego, they are sacrificing their unreasonableness, they are sacrificing their obstinacy and all the facets, and they can see what is the truth in the dispute, and they decide accordingly. I will just touch certain things, because it is the day for the two trainers we have been so fortunate to get among them. They will tell you all the time that how these things to be taken forward. So as perhaps you have understood that it is a different role a mediator will play in resolving, in a resolution of a dispute. So first of all, a mediator has to give in a test before the parties in dispute, or what call it the disputant. You are to pass through a trial. What is the trial? That the way you will conduct, the way you will build your image when you will be talking to the disputant, you have to prove yourself you are a neutral person. You are not biased to anyone. And secondly, you have to earn the confidence of the parties that the entire process of the mediation is a confidential process. Whatever they say in trust to a mediator, that will not be disclosed if you say to the other party, if you say to any other person, and it will be not reflected in the mediation report, and that will never be part of the judicial records. So suppose a husband and wife, estranged husband and wife comes to you, wife says something very fatal for the dignity of the husband. If you can reflect in the mediation report, that will be the breach of the ethics of a mediator. You have to first to say that I am a person, they are to maintain the strict confidentiality, best ethics, so for the conducting the proceeding is concerned, and above all that you have to prove all the time that you are a neutral person. You can be trusted by the parties. So then important object of the mediation process to draw a settlement or a resolution through the conversation. I use the word conversation very loosely. This is not a conversation, it is a structured method. You invite the parties to be open, to be frank, candid, and you look at what are the crux of their problem, and then you just represent that problem in your own manner, keeping in the object in your mind, that if this problem is projected in that way, perhaps the positive responses would be evoked from the parties. And that is your skill, and the training will develop that skill. So this is not this unstructured, informal sort of a discussion for reaching a settlement, that as a lawyer you are always know there is a dispute, two lawyers sit over the table and try to find out a solution. That is not like that. In that dispute you can advise that you do that, otherwise you will face some disastrous consequence, but you cannot say that. You have to lay the truthful culmination of the proceeding, so that the person can take a decision which is wise and which will be beneficial for him also. So the skill of conversation is one of the most important attributes of a mediator. And that tomorrow you will achieve it, I don't believe so. You'll develop it within yourself gradually, because one mediation fails, that gives you a certain experience, that gives you to improve your techniques, go to the next mediation, there you learn more. But before that, what I find after coming to Orissa, the mediators take the matter very casually. Why I am telling you, when I just see the report, I find the mediator even did not study what is the case about. Before you participate in the mediation, you must know every comma, full stop, semicolon, space of these pleadings, because the pleadings will be sent to you. Why you read the pleadings? You are not going to give the judgment. But this is the background materials for your conversation. How you will start the conversation with the parties. How you lead the parties to a peaceful settlement. So you must know everything. As a judge after this argument is over, he does know every facts of the case. He does know what will be the answer to the issues. He just deliver the judgment. But there is a difference. A mediator will know everything, but he will never give the judgment of his own. Because the judgment will be given, or judgment will be reached by the parties, not the mediator's judgment. Mediator is a facilitator. Come to this conclusion that will be beneficial for you all. So those who are will be trained during these 40 hours, I would first request you, when the reference would be made to for a mediation, please go through the materials of the case properly. It should be your fingertip, so that you can continue the conversation in a meaningful manner, so that you can achieve the object for which you are mediator. Then another issue is that what happens after this thing. The parties come to a conclusion, they agree to certain propositions, they want to settle the problems. And what is the worst happens, that they do not agree. You have to submit a report, but simply in the report you say that such and such date we tried for settlement, or we talked to the parties, but it failed. Not beyond that, nothing you should disclose. No disclosure is required for a failure report. But when mediation succeeds, there are certain conditions, there will be certain observations between the parties, what to do and not to do. You have to draw an agreement. And that is a very skillful way of drafting the agreement, because they are not the competent persons to draw the agreement. You are the only person who can lead them to a well-drafted agreement. Why I say it is well-drafted agreement? Because in the event of some party is not complying these agreed terms, then what they will do, because this agreement with the stamp of the court becomes an executable decree. So if you do not in concrete terms frame this agreement, and is a seasoned lawyer, you don't know that sometimes decree cannot be executed because of use of the loose words in the decree, because of indefinite description of the property in dispute. So this a skillful job only the lawyers can do, conveniently better way. So this is another aspect. Everything will be I think will be discussed, and I only just before I conclude that most important quality in a mediator, his capacity and his approach to listening. If you become garrulous, after saying all useless things, you cannot be an effective mediator. You must know the day one you will take charge of a role of a mediator, you must know the people are like this. For a small thing they will fight like this animal. But you have to humanize them. You have to let them understand what is the reasonable dimension in it. You have to tell them that what you can achieve, but in a manner when you make the remarks or you carry out your conversation, nobody can disbelieve your neutrality. So this is a huge task, but go on listening very carefully, patiently, and interact sometime, allow them to participate. And I think the ethos and other thing will be revolutionarily discussed by our trainers. And then another important, the conversation will have your description of your experience, your way of how the law stands. So, but another important part is the putting the question to the parties. As a lawyer, you does know, then when we put a question, when we examine in chief, and we put a question, when we cross-examine, the questions are completely different. Purpose of questions are completely different. And I say, those questions also not very relevant in a mediation when you question the parties. You would question the parties to know their attitude, to know their interpersonal relationship between the parties, to know what actually behind it, how it has been exaggerated, and to pinpoint the problem. When you grasp the problems, then you will understand that how it is convenient to continue with the conversation for a settlement. A lot of heart and thought to be put to be a good mediator. But at the same time, we live in a society, not every people are equally strong, equally powerful, equally knowledgeable. When the parties whom you are dealing with through a conversation, you all the time be aware of that your important duty is to maintain the balance of the autonomy of the parties. Who doesn't understand? You have every right to let him understand the problems, let him understand the facets of the law, so that he can brought on the same plane. Otherwise the consent, otherwise the person who will be talking to being in a dominated position, and other is a dominating position, that will not be an ideal mediation. And don't force anyone to come to a settlement. Encourage the parties to come to a settlement. With these few words, I think that is much enough for the for inauguration. And I would request Brother MS Sahoo also to supplement, because he was quite late for certain dislocation. And after that, we'll start for the other part of the proceeding.
My apologies for being late. डेली आसबार क्षमा चाहिए आपको स्वतंत्र उत्कल दिवस शुभेच्छा जनाऊँ समस्त को आज esteemed senior mentioned, due to certain dislocations, I had to move around the city, and I saw the celebrations, especially garlanding of Madhubabu statue. Madhubabuଙ୍କର ଏଥିରେ ଆପଣ ଆଜି ମନେ ପକାଉଛନ୍ତି, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଶୁଭେଚ୍ଛା ଜଣାଉଛି. And good morning and namaskar everyone. My esteemed colleague Honorable Justice Subhasis Talapatra, Chairman Mediation Monitoring Committee of the High Court of Orissa and Executive Chairman Orissa State Legal Services Authority. My esteemed colleague Honorable Justice Krishnaram Mohapatra, Administrative Judge, Sundargarh, Judgeship and Member, Mediation Monitoring Committee of the High Court of Orissa. My esteemed colleague Honorable Justice Ratho, Member Mediation Monitoring Committee of the High Court of Orissa. Lauded Member Secretary, Orissa State Legal Services Authority and other functionaries of the State Legal Services Authorities who are present, and other government officials who are present here. Lauded Master Trainers who we are indeed lucky to have with us, who are to impart us 40 hours mediation training with the mediators. Lauded District Judge Sundargarh and the judicial officers present. And last but not the least, the members of the bar of Rajgangpur, Rourkela, Sundargarh, Jharsuguda, not necessarily in that order, of course. So I also congratulate them to be present here and to be participating, to be able to participate, thanks to the efforts of the Legal Services Authority and the High Court Mediation Monitoring Committee, members of print and electronic media. Members of print and electronic media, ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to be amongst all of you and to address this august gathering. I thank the Chairman, High Court Mediation Monitoring Committee and the Chairman, Legal Services Authority, who is present here, for giving me this opportunity. So I had tried to go through certain articles as I usually do before giving any kind of address. Mediation, as I find, can be defined as an internal intermediary, the mediator helping the parties to dispute to reach a mutually satisfactory settlement of their dispute. And please mark the profound words said by my predecessor, the erudite speech, where he said that you have to humanize the litigating parties, because they go to such an extent. At times it is difficult to address them, you have to listen to them carefully, and you have to humanize them. And perhaps that is the best words that could start this session. As I have noted from certain articles on the subject, the qualities that may be highlighted apart from other qualities for a mediator are trustworthiness, approachability, dedication, perceptiveness, impartiality. In fact, all my predecessors who spoke, they spoke about all these things. Trustworthiness, anyone like a good mediator must inspire trust among both the parties. Approachability, good mediators are seen as friendly, empathetic and respectful. Dedication of the mediator is to devote time before each session to properly prepare, and during the session to work diligently to achieve a positive outcome in every situation. In fact, my lauded predecessor highlighted this very well, that the mediator must know the subject, must understand the problem, and then he can delve into each aspect of it. And the level of perceptiveness enables a mediator to be more creative, problem solving, and increase the chance of outcome of that both sides find acceptable, because it's an alternative dispute redressal, but acceptable and found out by the parties, not the mediator. Impartiality. A mediator, being impartial, must be able to control their feelings and increase in the outcome of the proceeding, so that they are able to create, identify and take advantage of opportunities that help both the sides realize their goals. I wish all success to this program. Jai Hind. Bande Utkala Janani.
Moving on, now may I request my lords and my ladyship to kindly accept the mementos as an expression of respect and gratitude. And for that, may I request respected Family Judge Rourkela, Mr. Bidyut Kumar Mishra, to present the memento to Honorable Justice S. Talapatra, Judge, High Court of Orissa. May I now request respected District and Sessions Judge Sundargarh, Mr. S. Patnaik, to present the memento to Honorable Shri Justice K.R. Mohapatra, Judge, High Court of Orissa. May I now request respected First ADG Rourkela, Dr. V. Sujata, to present the memento to Honorable Ms. Justice Savitri Ratho, Judge, High Court of Orissa. May I now request respected Second ADG Rourkela, Mr. Manoj Kumar, to present the memento to Honorable Shri Justice M.S. Sahoo, Judge, High Court of Orissa. May I now request respected Member Secretary, Odisha State Legal Services Authority, Mr. Sudipta Acharya, to propose a vote of thanks. Sir, please.
I feel privileged to be proposing the vote of thanks for this significant event. Today is indeed a very notable and important day for the Rourkela and the western part of this region for the advocate mediators, so that we are having a 40 hours mediation training here is a workshop. This will immensely benefit the bar as well as the bench and the litigating people. We express our heartfelt gratitude and profound thanks to the Honorable Chief Justice Dr. Justice S. Muralidhar for conceptualizing the idea of having a 40 hours mediation training in the western part of the Odisha for the advocate of the western Odisha. We express our heartfelt gratitude and profound thanks to Honorable Sir Justice S. Talapatra, Judge, High Court of Odisha, and Honorable Executive Chairman of the State Legal Service Authority and Chairman of the Mediation and Mentoring Committee for his Lordship's guidance and for making the event a successful. We are without his lordships, the meeting would not have been, this event could not have been possible. So thank you, my lord. Thank you for your guidance. We also express our heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Sir Justice K.R. Mohapatra, Judge, High Court of Odisha, and member of the Mediation and Mentoring Committee for his lordship's gracious presence and for enlightening about the very essence of mediation and highlighting the role of mediator. Thank you, my lord. We express our heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Ms. Justice S. Ratho, Judge, High Court of Odisha, and member of the Mediation and Mentoring Committee for her lordship's gracious presence and her valuable thoughts and insightful words, which will indeed improve our training. Thank you, my lord. We also express our heartfelt gratitude to the Honorable Sir Justice M.S. Sahoo, Judge, High Court of Odisha, and member of the Mediation and Mentoring Committee to grace the occasion and for his illuminating words, which would infuse confidence to our trainee. So thank you, my lord. We also thankful to the esteemed district judge of Sundargarh district, Mr. Subhadrasri Patnaik, for arranging everything virtually. Without his kind cooperation, this event would not have been possible. So thank you, Mr. Patnaik. We express our gratitude to our esteemed Registrar General and the Registrar General of the Honorable High Court and the CPC for all kinds of support and technical support. And I would be failing in my duty if I am not thankful to the person who, from the initiation of the meeting, has running around and making mails with the trainers, talking with them, making all arrangements. So I must thank to the none other than the coordinator of the Odisha High Court, Mr. Samyak Patra. Thank you, Samyak, for thank you for everything. We are thankful to the respected government functionaries for their kind support and presence here for making the event as successful. We are grateful to the respected our trainers, Ratna ma'am and Padma ma'am. They have on the day I contact them, they are fully agree with it, that they come to Odisha. Then their travel plan is that from Chennai to Bhubaneswar and from Bhubaneswar to Raulkela by road, taking all the pain of traveling. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for coming here. The only objective is to give training to the advocate mediator. Thank you, ma'am. We are also thankful to the learned judicial officers of Sundargarh district, especially to the learned brothers and sisters of Raulkela judicial officers who have contributed everything, and it is their support and their cooperation that makes this event successful. I am also thankful to the respected members of advocate mediators who have come here with the only objective, the sole objective is to make the ADR mechanism workable in our district. So thank you for coming here and thank you for participating. I am also thankful to the respected office bearers of the Raulkela Bar Association and all senior advocates for coming to this event and encourage us that in the future we will make similar events in the future. Thank you very much. We also thank to the Deputy Secretary and Assistant Secretary of the Odisha State Legal Service Authority and all the staffs who have contributed, and the Secretary DLS Sundargarh and his hand-heart team for making the event successful. We are also thankful to the mediators, members of the press and electronic media and team of live streaming for their support in disseminating the thoughts of this workshop beyond the four corners of this conference hall. We are also thankful to all the persons who have present and have their cooperation making this event successful. So thank you very much. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. Now may I seek the permission of the Honorable Dais to declare the function. Thank you, my lord. Thank you, my ladyship. The function is declared closed. And may I say that all the participants are requested to remain here by 11:30 to receive their training.